to you right now, every single minute matters. It's like almost 200,000 actually getting spent by businesses to defend themselves. Nearly 1 million is lost to cybercrime, and 1,862 people are falling victim to cybercrimes per minute. Encryption is a fundamental piece of our information security today. This is how your Wi-Fi, your root card, your server, your HTTPS gets secured, and this encryption is based out of random number generation. So what happens is that, let's imagine your most precious item, we put it in a safe box. You have the key, and encryption is the lock. And with today's keys, today's locks, it's pretty easy for you to replicate any third-party computational power to easily crack into your encryption, gets access to the system, and there your system actually reproduces security keys and gets into it. We found that there is a major loophole in the current payment system, and hackers can get into your data, credit card, just in a matter of 6 seconds. Let's take into consideration of the high-profile cyber attack that actually happened last week. The Binance, which is the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange, got hacked for $40 million in just one transaction. And if you look in detail, if you examine the details of the hack, this happened because the hackers actually got into the API keys, they stole the two-factor authentication codes, and then they cracked this. This has actually caused a lot of problems for the Binance, and they had to actually shut down for almost a week to recoup the losses. Now let's take an account of loss that actually happened. Binance is now responsible for providing kind of recouping this loss to the users. And they're taking almost nearly 2 weeks to do this. So do we have to actually wait until a security or a hack actually comes? Or can we sort of like take into some consideration of not taking security as an afterthought? And that's where we come into picture. We are a third-party custodian who takes care of your encryption right from the hardened operating system to the strong security policy. And this is also the proof that your current existing cryptographic protocols, the so-called RSA, AES encryption standards that you're relying on, is no longer safe. And this is a proof that nearly 1 million Estonian cards that look like this use a 2048-bit RSA encryption. This can be factored in a matter of days. And this vulnerability has been exposed by a Belgian cryptographer. So what do? We completely eliminate the existing cryptographic protocols that you use today, and instead, we deploy a quantum mechanics box, which means there is no algorithm whatsoever required. We produce the random numbers by observing the movements of photons, which makes it completely unpredictable and thus unhackable in principle. So we are an API as a service who provides quantum source of robust randomness to organizations, to banks, to wealth management, and they can secure it and they can manage it to the existing products. So let's take an account of any of the use cases in the tokenization space especially. This is how your credit card actually processes, right? The payment processing flow. We take care of right from the step one when the user gets into the payment gateway and until the issuer actually releases the tokens. The 5 level of encryptions is for the first time been taken care of by a pure random string and a blindfolded computation. This is happening the first time in the history of encryption, and we believe this is going to be the future of encryption as well. So this is where tokens can be used online, in-store, and in-app, and we take care of these 3 aspects. And our value prop, we provide ultra-low-cost security, post-quantum cryptographic for authentication, and this can be integrated into your existing microelectronic devices. Our team, myself, I spent all my good teenage years working on cryptographic protocols under Professor R. Srikanth, the Brahman Research Institute in Bangalore. I also had a brief stint working at a decision intelligence firm. Siddharth, he's a developer. He is a PhD from Institute of Quantum Computing in Waterloo. Vikram Nath has 3 years of experience working in marketing and design and is an alum of University of Houston. And our advisors have combined 6 years of experience, 60 years of experience working in the machine learning space, quantum cryptography, and quantum computing as well. So we are still in the pre-seed phase. We got accepted to the program called Luminate, which is the world's largest accelerator for optics and photonics. And we are one of the top 13 entrepreneurs who got selected for the Sanjay Mehta pitch. And we also got accepted to the serial blockchain AI program by University of Toronto, with whom we'll be partnering to build the actual quantum random number generator. So far we have only simulated this. So we simulated this quantum random number generation using the IBM Quizy kit. And we generated this with the base value of 10 integer, which is the accurate value of a random number generation that we can produce. And then, using the blind folded computation, we sort of took in a sandbox key integration, and this was tested on the Braintree. We can sort of pay by credit card, and then sort of like the Braintree lists us a successful and unsuccessful credit card history, and then we sort of test this. And our homomorphic encryption key string gets successfully tested and the payment is processed here. So we take it, as I said, we take it of the entire 5 level of encryption that happens right from the payment interface. So our market, global hardware encryption market, is going to be around $300 billion. And another software market is also going to arise, which is going to be another $200 billion market. And we're going to have a market share as we are addressing the fundamental problem in the cybersecurity, which is a weak random number generation. Competitors, we're the first of its kind who's building the quantum engine on-premise, and we're providing a cloud-based entropy server, and we have a unique dashboard where you can track the quality of these random numbers. Say, for example, a bank wants to secure the data from the server to the authentication or any end-to-end points, or a card provider wants to sort of like have a tokenization which will be sent to the issuer. We are going to take care of all the level of encryption right from the hardened operating system. So our revenue model, we're going to be for the banks and for the card providers, it's going to be a volume-based pricing model. And for the Monte Carlo simulations and for better data or predictive analytics, we're going to sell that at a bulk rate. And for randomness offline, that's going to be priced around 12 lakhs, which is the 1/10 of the actual cost of a quantum random number generators. Sustainable competitive advantages, we are a web-based scalable with a huge bandwidth limit. Current bandwidth limit is up to 200 Mbps. We're going to be providing 350. And we provide 100% secure authentication encryption using the quantum source of robust randomness. And this can be used even in the seeding of the IoT devices that will be getting connected to the internet by 2020, and also can be used to strengthen the blockchain security. And it is wise for companies, organizations, and the banks alike to switch to a quantum-safe encryption standard rather than deploying a QKD infrastructure, which is quite expensive to set up in this Indian context. So milestone, as I said, in March, we deployed this in IBM Quizy kit, and we are launching our QRNG engine by August. This was me at the pre-seed stage. We will be pitching. We got selected to pitch at the ICT Spring Europe, and that's happening next week in Luxembourg. And we were also one of the top 100 early-stage science startup projects worldwide, and I was also acknowledged by the French Ministry of Economy. And at this pre-seed stage, we also got a venture round invitation from the Next Corps, which is funded by the New York State government. And I was also the finalist startups in the Fintegrade zone in the Paisa Bazaar last month. And our work was also acknowledged by the Ministry of Information Science and Technology and Intel.